Good evening. This is the July 31st, 2024 meeting of the Newcastle Zoning Board of Appeals. I apologize for our lateness. We had a little executive session prior to the meeting, but we're ready to go into our regular meeting. First thing we have on the agenda is an extension.
Extension for a week.
He's on Zoom.
Oh, he's on Zoom.
Yep.
Okay.
Good evening, I'm Mike Gonzaga with Granite Architects, and I'm here to ask for an extension on our previous variance that was granted for the pool house, and coverage. The owner, Aaron Parrick,
Recording in progress.
has found a builder and will be starting in late October, early November. We're asking for a 4-month extension on the variance.
I don't remember, is this your first extension or did you ask for one prior to this?
Yeah, we have asked for another one prior to this.
Third extension, Tony.
Oh, this is the third extension.
Yeah,
It's getting a little bit drawn out. Are we gonna have a guarantee that this is gonna start?
well, yeah, he has a builder on hand now, yes.
Okay, we're usually pretty.
We could simply get the permit now, but the owner just doesn't wanna disturb the backyard by putting a silt fence in and seeing that the contractor really can't start until late October. It'd be a waste just to put a silt fence in now. Let them enjoy their backyard.
So they're looking for 4 months.
Correct.
Alright, I'm gonna, so any input from the board on this one? No, okay. I'm gonna make a motion that we issue, we approve a third and final extension for 4 months to
Great.
start and 1 year to finish. If you fail to start after the 4 months, you'll have to start your application all over again.
Okay.
Understandable?
Yep.
Okay.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Next case.
Okay, Waldell,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello. I'm Dan Cantelmo, I'm the architect for the project, this is Bobby Waldell, the owner. And well, you should have this paperwork, but this is an addition to 19 Rose Lane. So we're seeking a variance for the front yard because the house is a non-conforming structure. You can see the setback lines here and it's skewed. So it's a little over the side, which is a non-issue for this, but it's also skewed across the front setback line. One thing I wanted to just point out before we get really too far into this is that we were asked to request 2 setbacks, and one is for what is being called a front patio walkway, and the other's for the addition. The front patio is ground level, not really intrusive, but unfortunately it was just recently recognized that it already exists in the position that we're proposing. So there really isn't a reason for us to ask for a variance for the terrace that's already there. And when we submitted the paperwork to Tom, we didn't make that known at the time. It was just, we said, oh, well, we're proposing this walkway here, if you wanna call it that, which was a slightly different size, but the existing one is a bluestone walkway, which would serve the same purpose. So we didn't think there's any reason to ask for that variance. If that's okay, if you think we should ask for it, we could just proceed or eliminate that from the request and just focus on the addition. So I just wanted to point that out, and whatever you feel is appropriate.
A question about that patio, is what's there now exactly the same size as you're proposing?
It's-
For your plans?
It actually is closer to the road than what we had written on here, which was, we were 2 more feet back, so, you know, if we get the variance, we'd have to literally saw cut the existing concrete and bluestone just to push it back. But since it exists, there's really no reason to,
So what you're saying is that it's existing non-conforming?
it's, yeah, right.
But was that existing non-conforming from the inception, do you think, or was that added later?
Oh, no, it's, and I have photos of of it here too, so it's original, and I'm sure you're aware that, you know, all these zones were changed from 50
Yeah.
feet to 60 feet, so it would have complied from the beginning.
Okay,
So I just didn't think it was necessary to ask for that variance.
So you're talking about the 15-foot front yard setback?
Right.
so I have a question on that, I said, thank God, good thing our council is back. Question
Yes.
to council. They have determined that the patio that they're requesting a variance for was already there and it was inadvertently added to the variance request. It's an existing legal non-conforming little patio. If they wanna take that out of tonight's request, does that nullify the whole application, or can we just leave that out?
No, a lesser, you know,
Right.
application is included in the application that's before you.
Okay, so I don't wanna make a mistake and then they have to come back later
No,
on and have a big
No,
problem.
no, if they're eliminating a an imposition into the front, that
Well, they're not eliminating, it's already there.
it's not in the
But it was
application.
inadvertently considered to be not there, and they included it in their application.
Yeah, they're allowed to build only what is granted by this board in this approval.
Right, okay. So
That's
what
what, and that's
we
what
would-
the building permit, if they don't need a building permit for it, they're fine.
So what we would be granting, if we grant, looking at Tom's letter, is just the two-story addition request. And the front patio walkway, we could just ignore, correct?
Right, you would only be granting the first variance.
First part. Okay, I just don't wanna make a mistake here and cause a hardship for the homeowner in the future. I wanna make sure that we do this to make sure that they get what they want and don't have anything coming back to them later as a surprise. Okay, that's good.
And just to beat it to death, I don't know if you can see that photo, but there's the existing bluestone walkway that would remain.
Okay,
I mean, the not to be overly, as long as you're comfortable that
Yeah.
that's legal,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if we
you
just
know-
leave it there, there's no harm.
but it was a prior non-conforming is what you're saying, it's
Right.
not that it's
Well-
an
no, he says it's prior conforming because when the house was built, the zoning was 50 feet instead of 60 feet.
right, then
So now-
that's
now-
fine, I just wanna
You know,
make sure
I-
that there's not a violation issued,
No,
you
I'm
know.
agreeing with him, but I wanna make sure that
Yeah.
our record
Yeah.
reflects it in the proper manner, that they don't have something come back later and surprise them.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, good, thank you. Any
All right,
other
thanks.
input from the board, please?
So now on to the addition. Similarly, if we look at the survey, there's an overhang from the garage roof that has columns. So my interpretation is because there's columns there, the setback really would have been determined by that structure, not just a roof overhang. Our addition is being built in line with that existing row of columns. So we really are not getting any closer to the property line than the structure that's already there. However, right now it's just a roof with a column and it's going to become an entry, a 2-story entry. So it's a structure that's the same distance, but it's a different shape and it's taller. So if it's the living space that makes it adding to the nonconformity, then that's why we're here. But not because we're getting closer to the property line than any other structure existing.
The addition is closer than is allowed by current zoning. So
Right.
therefore, that's the only reason. is that
Yeah.
you're putting a structure in that's not allowed in current zoning. Whether there's another one there that's that close is immaterial because that's legally existing non-conforming. And so you have a non-conforming structure. And anytime you change a non-conforming structure, you need a variance
Yeah.
for whatever your changes are. So the change you're looking for is not determined by what's there, it's determined by the code and how far off the property line it is. So therefore you do need what you're asking for.
Yeah, we're asking
Yeah,
for that variance.
Yeah.
But because we're taking the columns out and the roof that covers the garage, which I can show you in an elevation, becomes a roof overhang without the columns, technically our structure will be farther from the setback than the current structure is. So we're lessening the nonconformity in that regard.
That's good.
So
I get it.
so the variance, if you will, what is it right now? You're looking for 7 to complete what the two-story entry.
Right.
What do the columns measure? What is is it like 9 feet, 10 feet?
Again, because of the skew, yeah, it's probably something like 9 and it's gonna go back by the 2 feet, something like that, yeah. It's minor, but.
It's a different application.
So I'm sorry to ask you, the application here says an 8-foot variance for the front yard setback variance. But I think there's another document in here, I think on the notice of denial, it says the requested variance is 7 feet. Just wanna make sure whatever you're asking for, we got it.
Right.
Yeah, it's only necessary for the 7 feet. Okay.
Any comments? Comments down there, no? Okay, I'll move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
You wanna jump in and do it?
I can take it, I'll make a motion, I'll make a motion.
You wanna do it? Ron,
Oh, you
wants to-
take it, Ron,
Ron.
go.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend approval of to construct 2-story entryway at 14 Rose Lane,
19.
19 Rose Lane, I'm sorry. On a legal non-conforming structure with the following front yard variance. The required setback is 60 feet, proposed 53, which is a variance of 7 feet. The requested variances are minor, it won't lead to an undesirable change or character to the neighborhood or detriment. The benefit being sought by the applicant really can't be achieved any other way. It's a front yard, it's a front entrance. It's the only place for it. The variance being sought is not considered substantial. It's actually moving back 2 feet as the architect stated. The proposed variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions of the neighborhood. And yes, this is a self-created difficulty, however, there's no other way to achieve the desired improvements. So I move to approve.
6 months to start, 1 year to finish.
6 months to start, 12 months to finish, and do we need a survey?
Foundation survey and an as-built survey at the end, please.
And I'll second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Good luck, you have
Okay,
your
thank you.
variance. Good evening. Tell us who you are and what it is that you seek.
Hello, my name is Louis Roan. I'm the architect for 16 Oak Hill Road. We are looking for a side yard and a front yard variance to build a family room, a front entry, and a powder room. Currently, there is a garage there that we're gonna be taking down, expanding the footprint a little bit and making it livable space.
Have you had any input from the neighbors, pro or con, on this application?
I know that the homeowner has spoken to his neighbors. There was no pushback. I don't have any letters of, I'll say, recommendation,
It's okay.
but I haven't seen anything negative or heard anything from the homeowner.
So this variance from 1992, this is unrelated to like a different part of the house than what?
I believe that's for the opposite side of.
Okay.
If you look on the site plan, you can kind of see there's like a little bump on the opposite side. It's kind of right over here.
Okay.
And that's for that.
Can I just ask one question on the application? One of the questions is whether the proposed action is consistent with the predominant character of the existing or built natural landscape. And the answer to that was no, and I'm just wondering why.
I don't know why.
Okay,
It should have
is that
been yes.
That's question number 6. Okay, so as far as you're aware, there's nothing that's inconsistent with the character.
This is a very neighborhood friendly
Yeah.
design.
That's
In my opinion.
Pretty easy for me, what do you think, Mike? Sorry? Any other input from the board? Any comments? Any questions, Kathleen? No. Okay, sounds like it's pretty cut and dried application. I'm gonna move we close the public hearing.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Now we can-
Motion on this one for I'll take
You wanna do
Can I
it?
take this one?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
great,
Sure.
go right ahead.
Okay, this is an application for 3 front yard setback variances and 1 side yard setback variance to construct an addition, front patio and front steps for a single family residence at 16 Oak Hill Road in Chappaqua. I move to grant the variances. They do not create an undesirable change to the character of the neighborhood. The benefit that's being sought by the addition, the front portico and the front steps really cannot be achieved by some other method. The requested variances are really not substantial. The family room addition variance on the front yard setback variance is requested at 12 feet. The front yard setback for the front portico is the variance requested is only 2 feet, and for the front steps, the front yard setback variance requested is 3 feet, and for the front steps, the required side yard setback variance requested is only a variance of 1 foot, so they're insubstantial. The record doesn't show any adverse effects on the physical environment or the condition of the neighborhood. It is, I guess you could say it's self-created in that, this is something that the homeowner is choosing to do. However, there's really no other way to achieve these 3 items, and frankly, the factor of self-created is really outweighed by the benefit to the applicant. So for those reasons, I would make a motion that we approve the variance. I would say that you have to provide a survey prior to framing. Do we need that here?
Yes, please.
And the applicant would have 6 months to start and a year to finish.
Okay.
Can I get a motion in a second?
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Good luck, you'll be very.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Good night.
Okay, members of the board, at the request of the applicant, the next matter, Fishman, is adjourned to the September meeting.
I'm okay with that. Do we need a formal approval of that? What do we need to do? It's in September, like the song
Yep.
goes.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that being
Wait, hold on, is there something else?
When is the September meeting?
last Wednesday in September.
It's
September
25th.
25th.
Okay. So we will do that in September.
So that's when.
We have one other item on the agenda this evening, that's the approval of the June minutes. I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I second the motion.
Chairman Giordina.
Aye.
Mike Nolan.
Aye.
Ron Genzeg.
Aye.
Warren Gottlieb.
Aye.
Kathleen Darazan.
Aye.
Okay, adjournment's in order?
Yep.
I move we adjourn.
Okay.